as a model of Buddhist counseling and analysis of Buddhist counseling skill. The main purpose of this study is to examine how Venerable Sariputta used Buddhist counseling skill to guide the seriously Anāthapiṇḍikovāda during the final stage of his life. This is my abstract. My presentation is divided into 7 main parts: introduction, Dhamma counseling, early Buddhist teaching, research question and objective, counseling process, research finding, discussion, and conclusion. First, I would like to start introduction. Health is an illness, and there are unavoidable reality of human existence. When a person becomes seriously ill, their awareness of that becomes more immediate. At this stage, suffering may not be limited to physical pain. A person may also experience fear, anxiety, uncertainty, and concern about separation, attachment to the body, family, possession, and personal identity can make this experience more difficult. Therefore, Buddhist care for the dying should not focus only on physical suffering. Compassionate spiritual guidance can also help a person understand suffering and face death with greater wisdom and inner peace. Moving to Dhamma counseling in early Buddhist teaching. The Pali Canon contains many examples of the Buddhas and his senior disciples visiting Saint monk and lay follower. These visits were not simply expression of sympathy, they also provide spiritual guidance. Buddhist counsel is fundamentally based on compassion and wisdom. Its purpose is not simply to remove suffering through external intervention. Rather, it has a person transform the understanding of suffering through insight into anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Within this tradition, the Anāthapiṇḍikovāda Sutta is particularly important because it records Venerable Sariputta counseling of Anāthapiṇḍika during his final illness. The discourse demonstrates a gradual process of spiritual guidance leading to non-attachment and peaceful acceptance. Based on this background, my research question is, how does the Anāthapiṇḍikovāda Sutta function as a model of Buddhist Dhamma counseling through the application of Buddhist counseling skill? The research objective is to examine how Venerable Sariputta applied Buddhist counseling skill to guide a dying person from attachment to wisdom and peaceful acceptance of death. To answer this question, I use a qualitative doctrinal approach based mainly on the Anāthapiṇḍikovāda Sutta and related Buddhist teaching. Now, I would like to explain the main part of my study, the counseling process. My analysis identifies 6 major counseling skills. First is compassionate present. Before giving any doctrinal instruction, Venerable Sariputta personally visits Anāthapiṇḍika. The visit expresses compassion, respect, and care. It is important because effective counseling begins by establishing trust and showing genuine concern for the individual. Second is attentive listening. After asking his condition, Venerable Sariputta allowed Anāthapiṇḍika to describe his suffering. He listened patiently before offering guidance. Through attentive listening, the counselor can understand the patient's physical condition as well as his emotional and spiritual needs. Third is appropriate questioning. Venerable Sariputta used a respectful and relevant question. The purpose of question is not to collect unnecessary information. It is to understand the patient condition before providing spiritual guidance. Fourth is careful communication. After understanding the patient condition, Venerable Sariputta introduced the Dhamma gradually. he does not overwhelm the patient with many difficult teachings at once. Instead, his communication is clear and appropriate to the patient's condition and readiness. Faith is a reflective contemplation. Venerable Sariputta guides Anāthapiṇḍikovāda to contemplate the six internal sense bases, the external sense object, consciousness, contact, feeling, and the five aggregate. The purpose is to have him recognize these experiences without clinging to them. In this way, the counseling moves beyond emotional comfort and develop wisdom and attachment. Finally, there is gradual instruction. The teaching is presented step by step according to the patient readiness. This gradual process weakens attachment, cultivates wisdom, and prepare Anāthapiṇḍikovāda to face death peacefully. Therefore, this case should not be understood separately. They function together as a sequential and integrated counseling process. From this analysis, the study identifies several findings. First, the Sutta provides a systematic model of Buddhist Deathbed counseling. Second, the counseling follows a sequential process rather than giving them instruction without preparation. Thus, the process transforms the patient's understanding from attachment to wisdom and non-attachment. Fourth, it prepares the patient to face death with mindfulness and peaceful acceptance. Most importantly, the primary goal is spiritual transformation rather than simply providing temporary emotional comfort. These findings demonstrate that Buddhist counseling combines compassionate interpersonal care with wisdom-based spiritual guidance. The analysis shows that the Anāthapiṇḍikovāda Sutta is more than a doctrinal teaching. It can be understood as a structural process of spiritual guidance. The process begins with compassion and understanding, and then moves toward contemplating and wisdom. An important point is that Buddhist counseling does not necessarily remove physical pain. Instead, it transforms the individual relationship to suffering. Through insight and attachment, the patient learns not to identify completely with the body, feeling, and other conditioned experience. Therefore, compassion, wisdom, and gradual instruction work together to move the patient from attachment toward peaceful acceptance or death. In conclusion, this study finds that the Anāthapiṇḍikovāda Sutta presents a structured and systematic models of Buddhist Deathbed counseling. Venerable Sariputta does not begin immediately with profound doctrinal teaching. He first approached the patient with compassion, listen to his suffering, understand his condition, and then provide appropriate and gradual spiritual guidance. Therefore, compassionate presence, attentive listening, appropriate questioning, skillful communication, reflective contemplating, and gradual instruction function as an integrated process. Together, they guide the dying person from attachment to wisdom and peaceful acceptance or death. Although they discourse belong to the early Buddhist context, a counseling principle can still provide valuable guidance for contemporary Buddhist spiritual care and online care. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Okay, now we have 3 and more questions. So, any other have for her comment and question? Please keep to her.
Vitamin Mandalay. Now I have one question for you. My question is, you highlight the importance of asking appropriate question. So could you elaborate on what types of questions are more effective during a counseling session?
Appropriate questioning. Yes, sir. So, yes, sir. That's good. Thanks you for your question. Appropriate question that are suitable for the patient questions situation. To be appropriate question, we need to ask right question. We should ask with kindness and without testing the patient. These questions should be related to the patient present problem and suffering. We should also use simple and respectful word. And then every question should have a purpose. So these types of questions are appropriate in counseling session.
Thank you for your answer.
Thank you.
Okay, last one.
My name is from Buddhist Manley. You have been seeing a patient who feels pain very deeply. If you see the patient, and the body counseling is really work on the patient.
Please more clearly, I can guess your question.
You have been seeing the patient who feels pain very deeply.
Yeah.
This patient, on this patient, body counseling is really work.
Oh yes. So in my paper counseling process 6A. So how do you explain? You went to a counselor. If you want to reduce the patient suffering, you can use this counseling skill because counseling means talking with a person and understanding that they are feeling thought, acceptance, and trust. If we counsel the patient, first we need to understand what the patient is suffering from and what they are attached to. We should help them reduce their attachment and their suffering.
Is it really work?
Many different person can face different mental suffering, physical suffering. So depends on this patient suffering problem. We should counsel the patient.
Okay, the patient is satisfactory. So when you're talking about someone, so you patiently listen first.
Yes.
And then the questioner is satisfied. Okay, that is good. Good solution of this matter, right? Okay. So we have invite last question this session.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, President.
Yes, good morning, brother.
I'm Suguna from Dix University and also studying in PE first year. So when I listen to your topic, and in brief, you explain about how Venerable Sariputta teaching the Dhamma to the Anāthapiṇḍikovāda. So I've got a thought when I hear that, and that would be the question. It's like the in Buddhism, we are normal people, and another thing is we have the deaf people. Deaf people means cannot hear, cannot see, like that. So if that kind of person is about to pass away, how can we teach the Dhamma to guide him or her?
No, I can't teach or I can't counsel this person because counseling means talking with a person and understanding their feelings, thoughts, and acceptance, trust. So, if a counselor, if a person if we counsel our patient or nearly dying person, he is not talking, he is not hearing, so we can counsel this person.
Okay, so your message for that person. So
Yeah.
be patient, right? Be patient and be careful for that limit, right? Okay. So regarding we have 3 questions.